Hey guys, so I got a comment earlier saying I should do a review over the Pokemon games and the Pokemon series. So you know what, I'm going to actually go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to focus on today's episode about just the video games, the Pokemon generations from Generation 1 all the way up to now, and I believe it's Generation 5 that we're on. So let's get this started. I remember when Pokemon Blue and Red came out. I wanted it so bad. I remember having the original brick Game Boy. I still got that thing. It still works. I still play some games on it. Old Tetris, Metroid, you know. And I still got the cartridges of Pokemon Red and Blue and Yellow. So, hell yeah. So, I had all three versions, Red, Blue, and Yellow, the first generation. And my favorite one was Yellow because Pikachu was following you around. Come on. It was the first time you got to have a Pokemon follow you around. And you know what? For the start of the series, it was good. It was fun. I played the crap out of that game. I maxed out all my Pokemon. I did all the glitches, although I maxed out my guys to level 100 without the glitches until later because I didn't know that you can get infinite rare candies and Master Balls for a while. I cheated, so who didn't exploit that? So then we get to the second generation, and that's Gold and Silver. I preferred Silver, but I have both versions. And my favorite region was definitely, favorite world in the game and all the generations was the Johto Kanto world, because you get to go to both. That's 16 gym leaders. The Elite Four got stronger. I'm glad they did that for the remake, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. And when they remade it, it got better. Like, they threw in more Pokemon, which was needed, because, I mean, they only introduced Steel and Dark and Gold and Silver. So when they remade it, they brought more Steel and Dark Pokemon. That was nice. That was a refresher. And they really needed to add that in there. Once you got the National Dex, you were able to find more new Pokemon. So, Gold and Silver always will have a place in my heart, and I'm glad they remade it because I immediately went out for Soul Silver, and I still have that copy. I'm never going to get rid of Soul Silver. And then we get the third generation. I believe the third generation was Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I didn't really get into that region. I played it. I liked the Pokemon. Let's see if it was... Yeah, the starters were Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip. And I just really wasn't feeling that game. Like, I don't know. The Pokemon weren't as interesting to me in that one as the previous generations. I don't know. I mean, there was Skitty. Skitty was cool. I loved Trico. But overall, I really wasn't feeling it. Not at all. Maybe it was just me. Who knows? But you can't enjoy all the games. There are bound to be problems with them. So, this one for me, I just didn't like the world. But then there came the fourth generation, Diamond and Pearl and Platinum. Before Platinum, there was a huge problem with one of the Elite Four members. He was a Fire Elite Four member, but there were only 2 Fire Pokemon in the whole game. Yeah, well, yeah, only 2. You got Infernape, which is the final evolution of the starter, and Rapidash. Yeah, that's it. Those are the only fire Pokemon. You got Ponytail and Rapidash, Chimchar, Monferno, and Infernape. But all in all, that's just 2 Pokemon because they're the evolutions. So that was really lacking because the rest of his team was a Steelix, a Lopunny, and a Drifblim. What the hell was going on with this picture? Fire Elite Four member using 2 fire Pokemon, a Steel Pokemon, a normal Pokemon, and a Ghost flying. Where are the fire types? But Platinum fixed that for everyone. So, what do they add in Platinum? Let me check really quick. Yeah, see, in Platinum, the guy ended up with a Magmortar, a Flareon, and a Houndoom. I mean, was it really that hard to give him an EV evolution, first of all, and throw Houndoom into the game? Come on. So, that was such an improvement from having 2 fire Pokemon in the entire game. Yes, not joking. That was the entire game. There was only 2 fire Pokemon. So I'm glad they fixed that. Also, the Bug Elite Four member was kind of hard to beat. Not gonna lie. Once you threw out Drapion, it was a kind of a bitch to beat. You couldn't use fighting Pokemon because, well, poison types are apparently resistant to fighting Pokemon. You couldn't use Psychic because he's dark. Like, you had to have Earthquake. If you didn't have Earthquake against this guy, Drapion was going to kick your butt. So, yeah. But Diamond, Platinum, and Pearl, I like the region. I like the world. I like the Pokemon that they introduced to it. And I think Cynthia is probably one of my favorites because she had just a very diverse team. She didn't focus on a type. She was very diverse. I mean, she had a ghost and dark. She had a poison and grass. She had a flying and normal. She had a steel and fighting. She had a Milotic, by the way, really hard to get, and a Garchomp, which was stupid good. If you actually trained a Garchomp, it was probably the best Pokemon. It was god tier, okay? But after Diamond, Platinum, and Pearl, we get the new games, Black and White, and it's soon to be Black 2 and White 2. So, can't wait for those. What I really like Pokemon Black and White. I got the Black version, and I really like that. All the Pokemon, I love all the new guys. Like, they threw in pretty much all new 150 Pokemon, and then once you get the National Dex, you get to see some of the old favorites. One of my personal favorites is Ninetales. I love grabbing Ninetales, and I always love having an Eevee in my team. So I always get an Eevee. I always have to like decide which one I want. I always juggle between Espeon and Umbreon, but then I've been debating between like Leafeon and Glaceon also. But then I just want more Eevee evolutions for like just make an Eevee evolution for every type, even a normal evolution. I want an evolution of Eevee for every type. But Pokemon Black and White, as far as gameplay goes, definitely my favorite. Like they finally got to a point to where I really like I really like where the direction they took this. The world, I like the different environments in it. You had a little desert area, but you weren't stuck in the desert area. You can actually either explore it, although you had to in the storyline, but like you didn't have to stay in the desert after you were done beating the game. If like you want to go train, you just be a tiny little portion, and then bam, you weren't like trapped in it. I didn't feel trapped in any region. The puzzle aspects, like trying to find the Volcarona, even though it's not a legendary, finding this Volcarona was really awesome. It could technically be a better Volcarona than just getting a Larvesta and evolving it, because Larvesta specializes in attack, and Volcarona specializes in special attack. So, yeah, it's probably better just to grab the Volcarona and level them up. Just saying. So, the games, trying to compare them as a whole, like, I think this game's better than this game is a little ridiculous because they're different generations and it continually evolved and changed. Now, I wish, like, what they did in Soul Silver and Heart Gold was that they let the Pokemon follow you in Black and White. They're not doing it in Black and White 2, so I would just, if they were to add anything to Black and White 2, have the Pokemon follow you like they did in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. That'd be cool. But I'm not going to compare these games against each other. I'm going to rate, though, the evolution the games took. Like, it went from basic and, like, a handful of each types to we're introducing new types, and then we're actually bringing out, like, more and more, like, balancing out the amount there are of each Pokemon type and different types of combinations. And then we're finally refining the battle system, introducing new moves, and then we are finally settling in a world. And I think this is probably, like, they can probably do more. I don't know what they're going to do next, what new combinations they're going to throw out there. I know there's a few Pokemon combinations they haven't done, but the progression that they've taken has been really good, a really good pace for them, a really good climb. Every game was definitely better than the last, except for me, I don't think Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald were good. Well, Emerald picked up where Ruby and Sapphire did, but I still didn't really like the world. There was too much surf. I don't know. It was like the Zubats in the Dark Cave. Like, you always surfed and you always ran into a Tentacool. For me, that's how the game felt. I always just ran into one Pokemon in the game. I'm like, this is annoying. So much surfing. I don't have anything against surf, but it was a drag, a huge drag. So, third generation, definitely not my favorite. Fourth generation picked it up back for me, but I was just pissed about the Elite Four guy. So that was my only problem with the fourth generation. Fifth generation, solid. Like it. It's good to go. Maybe if the Elite Four weren't so easily beaten by one type of Pokemon, then it'd be perfect. But overall, great. The progression, I will say, as far as progressions go, I give them a 9. They're not solid, but they're not failing either. I feel like if I give them a 10, I might be too much. I don't know. I just don't feel like they deserve a 10, but that's because I've had some scrutinies with some games, like, why did they do this? Or why did they do this to this person? Or why are there literally no fire Pokemon in this game? Or why does this region suck? Again, 3rd generation. Man. And I don't want to give it anything less than a 9 because, come on, it's a great series. It's still going. This franchise is going strong. You got the card game. You got the video games. You got, like, Pokemon Snap 2 apparently coming out. You have Coliseum-like games. You got all these Pokemon theme parks. So the franchise overall, phenomenal. I've been with Pokemon since the very beginning. I remember getting the video preview from Nintendo Power in the mail, and I was like, what is this? Popped it into the VHS player, and I'm like, oh my god, it's an electric rat, and it's killing birds. No, not killing birds, but still, giant lightning ball, and like, that was just awesome. It's like, once you turn 10, you can start an adventure with your very own Pokemon. And I was 9. So I was just like, oh my god. So when I turn 10, I can do this? I was so excited. And then I realized I'm living in a real world and not a fantasy world. I hate this world. So what if Pokemon were real? That is my question. If Pokemon were real, what Pokemon would you want as your starter? If you can have any Pokemon from any of the generations as your starter, what Pokemon would it be? Who would you want to be your traveling companion throughout all the regions? And what, if you could, what type of Pokemon would you specialize in? Would you specialize in water Pokemon? Would you specialize in electric, fire, dragon? That would be really hardcore. Ground, bug, if you're into bugs. I want to know. If you leave a comment, I want you to answer these questions. What Pokemon would you want as your starter? Do you want Pokemon to be real? And if you would specialize in a type, what type would you specialize in? So leave those in the comments below. Can't wait for Black and White 2 to hit the stores. I'm going to grab it as soon as I can. And I am going to play that for weeks and possibly months on end. I will see you guys for my next video. It will probably be the talk about Pokemon, the series. Or it might be about another show. Not sure yet. So I'll see you when I see you. This is Dragon Poet signing out.